So I was going into olive leaf. I love olive leaf. We use it all the time. So actually, like part of my Candida protocol, we'll have a couple herb combinations that'll have olive leaf combined with, say, monolaurin. So maybe I just stack those two right on top of each other. Monolaurin is a lauric acid coconut extract. It's been shown to be very, very potent as an antiviral. And olive leaf, the main compound in it, I believe it's pronounced oleopine, and that
Yep.
actually prevents the virus from attaching to the cells. So we kind of talk about mechanisms a lot, and people say, well, why does that matter? Well, because some herbs may prevent the replication of viruses. Things like olive actually prevent the virus from attaching to healthy cells. So if you have multiple herbs, you see you've got multiple mechanisms, you're just making yourself even more resilient. So that's why I'm a huge fan of olive, huge fan of astragalus, monolaurin. Those are probably like my top favorites.
Great. So we hit astragalus. We talked about the a lot of these things are going to help with either immune modulation, natural killer cell, antibody modulation, right? The infantry that comes in afterwards, or it's going to help with viral replication. And then typically it's going to modulate the inflammation from the immune response. Usually it's hitting things in about 3 to 4 different ways. And so most are going to fall into that category. So when you hear like things that's kind of the mechanism how they're working. Now, cat's claw is a really big one. We use cat's claw or cemento a lot with biofilms. They work really good, right? These are protective shields bacteria and critters use. We also use it with a lot of Lyme and various co-infections, but cat's claw is great at the immune system, helping with viruses, really enhancing the body's ability to deal with infections. And again, everything we're talking about isn't necessarily to treat anything. A lot of the time it's just to support our own immune response to what's happening, because our body is really the ultimate fighter in all of this. Everything we're doing is just trying to give our body's immune system an edge to address the issue to begin with.
Yeah, I want to just restate what you said because I think this is the point that many people are missing, which is the body has dealt and humankind has dealt with viruses for forever. All we're talking about now is what can you do to try to gain the upper hand. It's not that these things are essential; these things are just going to improve your resilience.
100%. So it's important to have the right mindset. A lot of people are selling like cures or solutions, and that's not going to be the case, but it's really going to be our body to begin with. Even antibiotics, when an infection gets cleared, it's still not the antibiotic, right? It's the antibiotic lowering the level of the infection, and then the immune system can kind of come in and play, right? It gives a really, it's like if we're using a lifting analogy, it really gives a very helpful spot when you're kind of low in that bench press. It really gives you that little spot to kind of get it up through that sticking point for sure.
Yep.
So echinacea will be one of my next favorite ones. And again, when we're doing a lot of these herbs, a lot of times we want to make sure the whole root is present. So a lot of times with echinacea, you'll see a lot of flower present. I want the whole root. I want the whole root. I find that that has a lot more of the immune modulating alkaloids that really have the immune benefits. So echinacea is excellent in how it reduces virus levels. It inhibits the growth of bacteria, inhibits the growth of viruses. It's also going to modulate with the inflammation caused by that immune response, caused by the cytokines and interleukins.